Well, hello, honey, and welcome to RV Kitchen. Well, it's a rainy spring day, and I am craving something Italian, but something very easy. How about you, Jake? What are you craving for tonight? A meatloaf? You got it, baby. Tonight, we're having a family dinner tonight up at my aunt and uncle's, and I offered to bring a lovely meal. But the catch is we gotta keep it cheap, easy, and delicious. In an oven-safe dish, I've got 1 pound of ground Italian sausage mixed with 1 pound of lean turkey meat, along with about a tablespoon and a pinch of chopped garlic. Use about 4 cloves if you're going for fresh. 3 green onions roughly chopped, and about a quarter to a half cup of Parmesan cheese. For some seasoning, honey, we're going to go in with a little bit of salt, some garlic powder, a little onion powder, and honey, I'm sorry for the measurements. I just let my ancestors take a hold. And then because we like a little spice, we're going to add in some chili flakes. If you don't like a little heat, honey, well, I'm sorry. And then, of course, parsley because greenery is always nice, and then a dash of black pepper. Since I'm craving Italian tonight, we're going to keep this going with the Italian flavors. We're going to add in about a half a tablespoon of dry Italian seasoning. By all means, honey, use fresh herbs when you want to. And honey, for the side dish tonight, we're going to go with all fresh veggies. I've got fresh broccoli, baby carrots, and a squash that I've just cut up, and then I've doused it in olive oil and some seasonings. Now, back to our Italian meatloaf. I've got about a half a cup to a cup of oyster crackers that I've just roughly crushed up, and then 2 eggs well beaten, and then we're going to add in about a quarter cup of some marinara sauce. You know, normally you would use tomato sauce here, but we're keeping with the theme, baby. Now, use your best tools and just work that up into a loaf shape, and then, of course, the secret to my meatloaf is covering the outside with seasoning as well. And keep in mind, these dishes do travel easily, so I was able just to pop it in the oven, let it go at 350 for about an hour. At the 20-minute mark, you're going to pull that out, and I'm going to add in some canned tomatoes. I'm going with the chili ready ones. Trust me, baby, the flavors are going to be perfect there. Now, the meatloaf is not done, but what's going to happen is that it got a good jump start in the oven, and then it's just going to stay basted with those tomatoes. And now, honey, it's time for our side dish to get going in the same oven. We're going to pop those in and just let them steam on up, and about 15 minutes at 350 to 375 is perfect. And I like to let them steam for a minute with the foil on, and then I take the foil off for the last 5 minutes. And honey, at this point, our meatloaf is almost done. We've got just a few more steps, but look at those tomatoes, at how they've roasted and rendered. Just makes your toes curl. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of our marinara sauce, and we're going to cover the entire meatloaf in that sauce. Trust me, we're going to want this sauce later on. And once you got a good base on there, honey, we're going to finish it off with some cheese. Give it a good sprinkle of some Parmesan cheese, and then, baby, we're going to slide this right back into the oven for a few more minutes till it gets all toasty on the exterior. Oh, yes. So those chili tomatoes have roasted and broke down, and you can take a fork or a spoon even and just give those a good mash, and you have a good rich sauce for the meatloaf. And y'all, this is perfect on its own, but I do believe this is going to be even better served on a bed of sauced up spaghetti. Honey, come on into this close-up here. Look at that steam rolling out of that flavorful meatloaf. Ooh, you know that's going to make a good sandwich later on. Well, honey, just like that, you have a wonderful dinner. Talk about a comforting meal. Now, I do recommend you scoop up some of that delicious sauce and serve it on the side there, and then, of course, more cheese. Why not? Well, baby, I've got you a plate fixed up here, and y'all try this meatloaf out. Let me tell you, it's a great substitution for making meatballs. You can just throw everything together and then right into the oven. And then before you have it, you just cook up some pasta. But keep in mind, it's wonderful on its own. And honey, like all my recipes, you can totally substitute anything. As long as you're cooking with love, baby, you're going to have flavor in there. Now, baby, open up, because the next time I see you, we'll be back at the RV Kitchen. Ooh, it's a big carrot.